Your Golden State Warriors are looking damn good in Summer League, but still better than the last few years. At least there's something keeping folks excited about your Dubs, especially their first-round draft pick, Yaxel Lendeborg. Folks, this kid is for real. There's actually 3 players on the Summer League squad that impress. We'll talk about them after the Warriors stay undefeated in Summer League play. If you follow me on socials, I also won you folks some money. We were talking about this. Let's figure that out. There we go. We were talking about how this Warriors team is covering spreads. They're beating the piss out of people. That includes today. It's Sunday. We don't normally go live on Sundays, but this Warriors team is exciting to watch. Playboy Brendo in our chat saying couldn't find the game where to watch it. It was on Prime Video. At least that's where I got a chance to check it out. Prime Video with Summer League coverage. Their broadcasters could do some work on proper name enunciations. I kept hearing Warriors center Graham Ike being called Ike. I don't know who the guy was handling play-by-play broadcasts. I also didn't know John Wall has an insane voice. He was doing the color commentary. Anyways, I'm feeling good about these Warriors, at least right now. Draymond Green also put his foot in his mouth. I'll explain what I mean there. We got folks from the Philippines present. Rise. Hello. Whatevers. Well, why is Frank Vogel now a coach for the... Is that official? Is Frank Vogel on the staff? Hold on a second. I saw Ron Adams loitering the baseline a little bit. So we now know Ron Adams is going to be back for another year. But I have not checked my news stream in the last hour or so. Holy shit. And we now, yes, thank you to Whatevers for breaking the news. Shams Charania confirming this, that Frank Vogel has agreed to become the associate head coach for your Golden State Warriors. So that's your number one guy. Do not promote him as an assistant. That's fine. At least we got one new assistant coach locked in. Thank you again, Whatevers. I appreciate that. And then, of course, acknowledge me now, following up with, why is Pajemski still on this team? I don't know either. This is going to be interesting when the season starts in terms of rotations, because Yaxel Lendeborg better get his goddamn minutes. Will Richard better get his goddamn minutes. LJ Cryer better be on this goddamn team. And this show, it's the goddamn Golden Day. Hey now.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Welcome to the show. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're having a nice weekend. My name is Cyrus Saatsaz. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram, @DogWild. Over on Twitter, it's @SurfJournalist. The program on both platforms at Golden Days Pod. I strongly advise following me on those platforms, because I advised everyone who checks out the posts that Warriors -6.5. That was the line courtesy of FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Golden Days. And we've been talking about on the show how the Warriors in Summer League, again, they're just beating the shit out of other teams, and which symbolizes, at least to me, how good the youngsters are, how good the depth is of this Golden State Warriors squad. The line tonight, courtesy of FanDuel, the official sports book of Golden Days and the Believe Network, Warriors -6.5. Final score, 104-79. Pat yourself on the back if you put money down, because your Golden State Warriors just won you some cash. Hell yeah, dude. The Warriors won by 25 points. Covered that spread easily. You're welcome if you listen to your Uncle Cy. Trying to win you folks money out there. And FanDuel, love you for posting lines in Summer League. Give the degenerates, who hopefully bet responsibly, a chance to keep the juice flowing during the summer. Today's episode, besides FanDuel, again, you could bet on Summer League action. The Warriors, by the way, next up are going to be playing, I believe, on Tuesday. Hold on. Let me get don't just pretend I didn't say anything for the last 20 seconds there. All right, the Warriors' next Summer League game is going to be Tuesday, July 14th. They're going to take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Ooh, we get to see Cam Boozer matchup against these Warriors youngsters. I don't know what the line is for that yet. It's not out, but I'll post it on my socials. And if it's anything like 6.5 again, sign me up. Let's put some more money with FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Golden Days. Today's episode also brought to you by Sunrun. I'm pointing at the QR code on my screen. If you're listening on the podcast, the link will be in the description of wherever you're checking this show out. It's very simple, folks. This economy is in the crapper right now. If you're doing well, congratulations. Don't brag about that. You're going to sound out of touch, and you're probably going to piss some people off who are not doing so well. But if you're not doing well and you're a homeowner, and or you waste money on electricity bills with PG&E or whoever the crooked company is ripping you off, detach. Get off that grid, metaphorically speaking, with Sunrun. Become solar powered. Stop relying on fossil fuels. Start relying on yourself with panels from Sunrun. No upfront costs, folks. And once you do start paying monthly bills after 6 months, because the first 6 months, all they're going to charge you is $1, your monthly price will still be considerably, most likely exorbitantly lower than what you're paying now in electricity bills. And we got a $500 promo right now. Venmo, Visa gift card, whatever you want. We're hooking you up. Be smart about this. Be smart about life. Don't keep wasting money on an electricity bill that might go up 3 months from now. I just saw a news report today that said more data centers are coming here in Northern California. You don't think that's going to affect the strain on the grid? Detach. Keep your rates steady. Stop being a slave to PG&E and or whatever company handles your electricity. No credit checks, no ding on your credit. If you apply, find a negative. I dare you. Partner today with our proud sponsor, Sunrun. And side note, once we hit a magic number, you're going to love what's next for this program. I'm not exaggerating saying that either. We got to meet a certain threshold of households, but if we meet it, you're going to see growth. We're going to hire producers and on all the mainstream places, you're going to start seeing us pop up. And again, I can't get into it because every non-imaginative media schmo out there routinely steals from us. So I'm not going to reveal what the plan is, but I strongly and kindly ask, partner with Sunrun, because if you do that, it benefits the show. We give back. We are not greedy folks. We just want to keep the lights on. And we want to be a proud voice of the Warriors, being a voice of reason, of objectivity, not kissing the head coach's ass. Join us. Be a winner. Like Yaxel Lendeborg's Golden State Warriors, who won today. Final score, 104-79. A relatively quiet night or day for Yaxel, but 14 points. He shot 50% from deep again, 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. What is particularly impressing me, besides the three-point shooting, fast release, excellent form. He's also fantastic defensively, and he's a playmaker. He's not someone that's just out there trying to create for himself. He's routinely given the ball up. The assist numbers are fantastic. Marron. Mwah, chef's kiss for that. Yaxel Lendeborg tonight, 4 assists. Also had 3 steals to go along with those 14 points. He wasn't the only one kicking ass. And by the way, his former Michigan teammate, Aday Mara, who was on the other side on OKC's roster, he was okay. 4 of 6 from the field. Only had 1 3-point attempt, did not go in. 10 points, 9 rebounds, only 1 block for the 7-3 Aday Mara. And if there's something I can comfortably say at this point, handful of games into the Summer League schedule, the Warriors made the right choice. If they had drafted Aday Mara, oh boy, this would have been grim. This would have been more depression. Instead, we've got something to be excited for and look forward to with Yaxel. We haven't even heard Yaxel Foley's song yet, or Peter Griffin dancing to the new Yaxel Foley theme. Should be pumped up, folks. Yaxel is the real deal. I'm elated that he's a member of the Warriors. Starting the Jonathan Kuminga nightmare that we all endured for 5 years. It's in the rear view mirror, just becoming a distant memory day by day. We've got a new athletic, exciting wing, Yaxel, pumped up. Now, Yaxel's not the only one who's impressing. AC in our chat writes, LJ Cryer needs to be on this team over GP2. And I am very fascinated and curious to see what happens there. Like, if the Warriors bring GP2 back, that's going to be depressing. And again, it's not because of Gary Payton II. I love him personally. It's because Steve Kerr just can't help himself when it comes to who plays in pivotal moments. And GP2 has become a gross crutch for Kerr. I don't want GP2 stealing minutes from Yaxel, plain and simple. And I also wholeheartedly agree with AC, who writes, LJ Cryer needs to be on the team over GP2. I love LJ Cryer. I've already noticed personally with my own observation skills, I don't know if you folks agree with me or not, an improvement in LJ's game. Guy can play. Defensively, he's stepping up. Offensively, he's making the right plays. Even his shooting stroke looks like it was slightly tweaked mechanically this offseason for the better. Not the Tiger Woods adjustment where it was never the same again. No, LJ improved. LJ Cryer tonight, that was his plus minus. 8 points tonight, 5 assists, added a steal, added a rebound. His 3-point shooting was a little off. He was 2 of 8. But it doesn't matter. He's an exceptional basketball player. Defensively, he has improved from last year. People are not blowing by him. He's a strong little man. If you want to call him Mighty Mouse, go for it. I like my little Mighty Mouse. I want him. Sign me up. Riz in the chat asks, what about Bruce Brown over GP2? Yes. At this point, I'll say yes to just about, well, not anybody, but anybody that's a reasonable alternative to GP2, yes. Bruce Brown is near the top of my list of remaining available free agents. Not saying much because that list is thin, but Bruce Brown would be an awesome pickup. Huncho in the chat agrees. I don't agree with Rise, who's asking for Moses Moody to be traded for Ty Jerome. We've had the Ty Jerome experience. He doesn't play defense. He's not a high volume scorer. All those efficiency numbers come from very low volume attempts. No, thank you. Hard pass on Ty Jerome, but appreciate the contribution to the chat. Portola writes, Leger Jones, starting to like his game. He's a dude that I could like. And again, this is just one guy providing his observations on what he's seen so far. Leger tonight, by the way, his stat line before I expressed my 2 cents, he had 10 points, was 1 of 3 from deep, 3 of 6 overall, 50% shooting from the field, 6 boards, no assists. My one thing with Leger is I this is just me. I don't think he's ready to be in the NBA yet. Send him to Santa Cruz. Send him to Santa Cruz with a Graham EK. Let them develop there. Let them continue playing there. I just don't see how Leger Jones fits with this Warrior squad. That's just me. He's making a lot of little mistakes. He's not overly athletic. He does have the IQ. I see him making smart decisions out there. I don't see mental errors out there from Leger Jones, but I also don't see anything overwhelming. I don't see him dominating folks. I don't see him scoring at a high volume, or there's just nothing that's blowing me away about this kid. I could be wrong, but that's just me. You know, I think Leger Jones at this point, you could do better considering you only have 2 roster spaces open. And I would take a Bruce Brown over Leger. That's just me. I would take Zaire Williams over Leger Jones. That's just me. I take LJ Cryer over Leger Jones. That's just me. And again, that's not hate on Leger. He's a rookie. He's a second-round pick, but that is just my take on him. But LJ Cryer, love him. And I really hope he makes the roster for this coming season. And Young West adding in the chat that Leger was a great shot blocker for his size in college. Where did he play again? Florida State? I mean, I don't know. I've not seen any shot blocking that impresses in these summer league games so far, where I actually do start taking this shit more seriously. But again, he's a rookie. He's young. He's a second-round pick. Not all second-round picks are ready on day one. Just park him in Santa Cruz, maybe for next year, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 6 months from now. I'd be a lot more into it. But that's just me. That's just me. No strong opinions. Young West is saying EK or Ulbrich. Ulbrich is another dude who he's a guy who puts up summer league numbers. I respect it. I'd want him to be in Santa Cruz. Like Ulbrich's the type of guy who I'd want him on my Santa Cruz squad. And if he's giving me 20 points a night in Santa Cruz, all right, I'll think about it. Let's reevaluate. Let's reassess. But that's just me. Oh, is the Apex Sports Network? Chardol, if you're no longer an official Golden Dazer, that's why I don't know for sure who this is, but saying you can't join the show as a closer. Well, it's good to hear from you, Chardol. Hope you're doing well. And again, once the regular season starts, I imagine we'll be seeing a lot more of you. The Danger Zone currently on a bit of hiatus. It's summer. What are you going to do? But great to hear from you, Chardol. I'm glad you're doing well. Malachi Leons was another player that I thought played exceptional tonight. Malachi is one of these guys who, if you want a role player, he's your man. If you want someone to do very specific, defined tasks for your basketball team, he's your man. And tonight the numbers were solid. 9 points, 11 boards, a lot of second chance buckets, added 2 assists. He's not someone that, like, I'd rather have I was going to say I'd rather have LJ over him. I don't know if I'd have Leger over him. I think Malachi Leons is an excellent two-way player. I'll just leave it at that. I think you could do better, but you could do a hell of a lot worse. The third dude on this Warriors team that I want to give considerable flowers to, just accolades. He deserves acknowledgement, and that's Will Richard, a second-round pick for the Warriors last year, a guy who played against LJ Cryer in the championship game of the NCAA a year ago. I like Will Richard. I like you. I think Borat can say better than me, but Will, I really do like you.
I like you.
I like you a lot, dude. You're nice.
It's nice.
Will Richard's nice. I like Will Richard a lot. And he was fantastic tonight as well. Nothing, again, nobody really blew away the stat sheet with their Golden State Warriors. A fantastic team effort. And Will Richard tonight did shoot 50% from the field, 3 of 6. Was 1 of 3 shooting from deep. It's a hot day today, by the way. Sorry if I start sweating here. I got a fan on me, but don't know if that's enough. And 5 assists. Will Richard was a playmaker in today's game. That's what I took away from that. 9 points. I'm looking at turnovers. Nobody was egregiously bad there. Malachi Leons, Yaxel, Will Richard, and Ulbrich each had 2 turnovers in this game tonight. It doesn't matter. They covered the spread. They kicked ass. They won by 25. Carlo Magno Guadalupe, I hope I got that right, saying trade pods for LJ Cryer. I think that's impossible to do, but I respect the sentiment. I get what you're saying there. All in all, awesome. All in all, damn good shit. There's a reason to be excited, Dub Nation. And I'm not just talking about watching Steph play golf up in Tahoe. I'm talking about the youngsters. I like Yaxel. I really like Yaxel. Shit, I love Yaxel.
I like you.
Thank you a lot, Yaxel Lendeborg. Good shit. Rise is keeping the Ty Jerome thing up, saying, are you referring to the total games he played? No, I'm talking about the average amount of shots he puts up per game. It's not high volume. So the strength of Ty Jerome offensively is the efficiency, right? You look at the three-point shooting, the field goal percentage. It's good, but he's not a high volume dude, meaning he's not giving you like 15, 20 points a game. He's not putting up 5 to 10 3-point attempts and keeping up with the high percentages. And maybe worst of all, and sorry to irritate you, but Rise, you're irritating the shit out of me pushing this Ty Jerome rhetoric when we all saw what he looked like a few years ago with the Warriors. He's also very injury prone, misses a shitload of time. And worst of all, defensively, he sucks. He is a turnstile. He can't play defense. Oh, now he's saying that they were annoyed to another person in the chat. Well, sorry, then I apologize too. But I still don't like the idea of Ty Jerome on the Warriors. I want my players to either be insanely elite offensively, if they're going to get big minutes, and elite defensively. But you got to bring more to the table than what Ty Jerome brings. That's just me. If you disagree, you disagree. We can agree to disagree on things. That is okay. Frank Vogel, assistant coach of the Warriors. I don't have a lot of thoughts on that. I think you could do worse. You could probably do a little better. I'm also seeing people bring up that the announcement that Frank Vogel is going to be an assistant. That means LeBron James will definitely not come to the Warriors because supposedly LeBron had a hand in Frank Vogel being pushed out, just a year or two after winning a title there. But who the hell knows? But yeah, and Jack Bauer writes, F LeBron. I'm not, if it happens, things will be interesting. All right. It's probably going to be a fun ride, but would I prefer it? No. Do I endorse giving up multiple first round picks, just multiple picks, period, to bring Anthony Davis along to make LeBron happier? No. Hell no. I don't want Mr. Glass. I don't want LeBron. I want to look to the future. I'm tired of this present, which has been stale and average at best for 4+ years now. Let's move on, please. Let's please just move the F on. James Granderson writing, the starting five in Summer League is undefeated. Yes, sir. Something to get very excited for. And they're covering spreads. In case you missed the beginning of the show, on my socials today, again, you can follow me on Instagram and Threads at Dog Wild on the Twitter scene. It's getting harder and harder for me to use Twitter. Side note, in case who knows if you give a shit about this or not, but I still on my phone, I don't know if you can see that there, I still have Twitter. I have not updated the app on my phone in 4 years, 3 or 4 years. It's been a long ass time. And I'm still getting away with it, but now I can't see pictures, or at least I have to click a separate link to see pictures, and I refuse to update it. It'll be Twitter forever. I hate that app to begin with. I can't stand Elon Musk. Just a vile human being in my book. Apologies if that offends you. I just stop worshiping other people. Focus on yourself, please. But he's just a toxic bigot, and I will never support anything like that. Anyways, I'm also not going to update that up unless I have to. Yeah, I'm still on Twitter. But I brought all that up because on my socials, I mentioned that I'm feeling good about the Warriors minus 6.5. I've said on this show, your Warriors are covering the spread in every one of these Summer League games. They were favored by 6.5 today. They won by 25. Put some money down on your Dubs. Summer League Dubs are awesome. AP Prep Boys being critical about Yaxel, saying his effort today was disappointing. What? He put in zero effort to get himself good shots. Again, I'm going to disagree with that because what I saw was a guy that was trying to set his teammates up. He's averaging about 5 assists a game in Summer League. That includes the California Classic games. He's a lot of the possessions where the ball ends up in his hands. He's looking for his teammates as much as he's trying to make baskets himself. I love that. For a rookie to be selfless offensively, It isn't every day you find that. Sorry, AP Prep Boy. We're going to have to agree to disagree on that front. 49ers minded adding Yaxel's three-point shot is no fluke. That shit is sweet. I think Yaxel's shooting above 50% from three in Summer League. Let me see if his summer, if any, I don't think there's any websites that are tracking how these guys are doing in Summer League. I'm on the NBA.com right now, and there's no numbers here pertaining to his Summer League games. But I mean, we've done a show after every one of these nights, and to the best of my recollection, Yaxel has not shot below 50% in any of these games from three. And we're talking high volume. He had 8 3-point attempts tonight, made half of them. Woo! I don't think he's had a game in Summer League so far. I believe there's 5 games he's played in now where he's shot below 50% from three. That is crazy. And it's not a coincidence either. Again, dude is confident. None of those shots are Hail Marys. They're not prayers. They're not forced. Like when he puts it up, he's feeling good about it. The stroke looks good. The release is fast. The form is excellent. Ooh. Good shit. Good shit. I'm very happy with the Warriors so far. Now, someone in the chat, I don't think I highlighted it. Let me see if I can't find it. Jim Everett, the GOAT, the great. I apologize. Not Chris Everett, Jim Everett, right? Saying past the what is that? Is that smoke? Yeah, well, I'm sober at the moment. 15 minutes from now when the show ends, happily. Hope you're having a good Sunday. The Kings on TV now. It's Kings and Wizards. I saw a clip of Darius Acuff Jr. We'll get Mark Haynes back on the show soon. He's in Vegas right now for Summer League. There's a clip of Darius Acuff where defensively he's just standing around, very James Harden-ish, and that's where coaching comes in. That's where if I'm coaching and a player of mine is standing around on a defensive possession, just watching the ball getting whipped around, you're going to get yelled at in the film room, or figuratively speaking, you're going to get called out. And I'm going to make sure the whole team's just watching that clip. Let's loop it back 10 seconds back. There you are again, Darius, just standing there doing jack shit as the other team's whipping the ball around, scoring buckets. You got to be aggressive, man. But the Kings and the Wizards are playing right now. Kings fans, I hope Darius Acuff Jr. Does play defense. That was not a good look, but it was also just one possession. Who the hell knows? Shooty Smokehouse. Shooty, did you talk to the wife yet? You got Sunrun on the roof of your house? Shooty, by the way, when his restaurant is launched, will be a sponsor of this program. I'm going to insist on it. I can't wait to try your barbecue, brother. Shooty's writing that I'm actually giving him hope for next season. Yeah, don't forget the Steve Kerr part. I'm hopeful if Yaxel gets 30 minutes or more a night, meaning he's actually a big part of this team. Who are you going to play over him? For anybody that pushes back on that and it's like, well, he's a rookie, or, well, they got veterans and, he's got to who are you playing over him? If you say Guy Santos, play them both. Those two are outside of Steph and Curry, probably the best players on your team, right? I hope they play. I hope Yaxel plays. I hope LJ Cryer is signed. I hope Will Richard gets minutes and plays. We'll find out. Yeah, AP Prep Boy agreed that Yaxel Lendeborg should not see a second of Santa Cruz. You drafted a 23-year-old, soon-to-be 24-year-old, for very good reason. And that includes step up now. You're ready. He looks ready. He looks absolutely ready. Shooty Smokehouse. I'm sorry. Did not bring you down a little bit, but adding the Steve Kerr part is the depressing part. We'll find out. We'll see. Ron Adams has his ear. He's at Summer League right now. Hopefully the message is getting back to Kerr. You got to play the kid. Don't repeat history, please. AP Prep Boy saying, I want Will Richard to start. Young West saying Yaxel needs to start. Agree with both of you. Will Richard, in my opinion, should be starting over Brandon Pajemski. That's just me. Yaxel Lendeborg should be starting. Wholeheartedly agree on that. If the issue is Guy Santos, make them both play. There are no positions in basketball. It is a social construct. The rule books don't acknowledge positions. So if Guy Santos and Yaxel play the same position in your mind, rethink things. Put them both out there. It's not going to hurt your team. Francisco in the chat saying Yaxel reminds him of a young T-Mac. But someone way back in the beginning of the show brought up, like, when are the Warriors going to sign anybody? Because they have not signed a single player who was not on the team a year ago, and that might not happen. It might not. Chemistry is important when your team is good. When your team sucks is priority number 10. So if that's the concern for a 37-win team from a year ago, eek. Zuki Lander, hello back. But someone in the chat brought up that was expressing discontent. Here, Riz, I found it. Saying, why are we not signing anyone? We're just bringing back old players. What's going on? And Frank Vogel? Really? The Frank Vogel part as an assistant doesn't bother me. That's fine. I don't think it's going to hurt things. I hope. I just knocked on wood. The not signing anyone part, that is weird. Stephen Curry, he's been doing interviews talking about how he wants LeBron on the team. Draymond Green just got back from Puerto Rico. I flubbed that. I apologize. But and I want to play one clip from Draymond. This doesn't have anything to do with his recruitment efforts of LeBron James, because we all know what the hell's going on there, right? I'm not going to play sound bites of obvious things, but the sound bite I do want to play are his thoughts on Bam Adebayo punching Tyler Hero, which has turned into a hilarious storyline. In case you missed it, this happened, I think, 2 days ago. Tyler Hero is approached by Bam Adebayo during Summer League. I don't know what the setting is. Forgive me. I can't remember if it was like a practice facility or where this happened exactly. But brief conversation. Maybe there was no conversation. And Bam just goes, pow, right to his face. And the reasoning is that Tyler Hero, like Kevin Durant, was talking shit about him in private messages that got leaked. So we fast forward to today, and Draymond Green decided to make that story about himself. And friendly piece of advice: if there is a part of your past that's ugly, don't bring it up. Don't remind people about it. If someone else wants to bring it up, fine. Don't put the spotlight on the bad part of yourself voluntarily. Yet that's what Draymond did. We'll play this clip. This was on his podcast, The Draymond Green Show, where he made the Bam Hero thing about himself. Draymond Green, unsolicited, brought up Jordan Poole. We'll listen to some of this, maybe the whole thing, and then talk about it.
On the association, Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero got into a physical altercation in Las Vegas on Friday, in which allegedly, Bam struck Tyler Hero on a practice court inside Resorts World Casino. Apparently it started when Bam approached Tyler about the comments that he made, critiquing what most took as Bam. He never said Bam name. But I think everyone who heard or read or, heard about what he did or read or saw, I think everyone assumed that it was Bam. In turn, apparently they bumped into each other. And he also posted a graphic that showed that Bam was in the bottom 10% of qualified mid-range shooters with percentage. He also showed that. He also showed that Giannis is also on that list, and Bam and Giannis are teammates. So, I think just like most people thought for this reason that it was to Bam, and I think Bam may have felt that way. I found it, quite amusing that they got into it. I think, listen, I'm not one to sit and judge like, oh man, these guys got into a fight. It is what it is. I wonder, the one thing that I really started to wonder about was, I remember when I got into it with Jordan Poole, in a little different situation, I guess, because these guys aren't teammates anymore. But similar in the fact that Tyler Hero came up under Bam. He's younger than Bam in the league. Bam has been in interviews speaking with Tyler Hero about how, he got my back, I got his back. And I remember one person when the Jordan Poole incident happened with me who was really, really, really outspoken about it, who like everyone else didn't have a ton of context because you weren't there, but was really outspoken about it. And it really bothered me, was Udonis Haslem. And the reason it really bothered me is because, man, everybody can have an opinion, and your opinion is what your opinion is. But, I saw Udonis Haslem get into it with guys on teams that was younger than him before, a la Jimmy Butler. I had seen that before, and then he came out and he like, that's ridiculous. You get into it with your young guy. I can't believe you did that. And it really bothered me because I was like, damn, man, like, so this dude ain't never been in, and this dude ain't never been in practice where somebody get into a fight. He ain't never got into a fight in practice. Maybe not. He been in Miami the whole time. Maybe they don't have fights in their practice. The heat, what is it? Heat culture or heat wave, or maybe they don't have fights. Like, it really threw me for a loop because, I don't really care what most people say, but when I have respect for certain guys, it does matter when you have respect for guys. They say. And so when I saw that, I was just like, damn, man, this dude doing what everybody else doing, acting like he. And so when I first saw this, I was like, damn, this is two young guys Udonis Haslem raised. And yeah, they not on the same team no more, but if you raise this young guy in the light of what you were saying about me, and now he punches this other young guy that y'all kind of co-raised, are you going to have that same energy? And the reality is I don't really want him to have the same energy because I love Bam. That's my brother. Love Bam. It's my dog. Won a gold medal together. So I actually wouldn't want someone to even have that same energy towards Bam. However, I just was wondering, like, man, I wonder what Udonis Haslem going to say, because Tyler Hero, who's from Milwaukee like Jordan Poole, who has a lot of bravado as a young guy like Jordan Poole, who probably says some very disrespectful things like Jordan Poole. I just wonder, like, man, I wonder if he gonna have that same energy. That was my thoughts.
So this whole thing was basically Dre focusing on Udonis Haslem's comments from a long time ago, and he thinks that Haslem I don't know why Udonis Haslem is in Dre's head to begin with, or why Dre's obsessed over this for years, clearly, right? But he's upset that there's a double standard. And he thinks that Udonis Haslem essentially is being a hypocrite for not having the same energy toward Bam Adebayo that he did toward Draymond Green. Friendly reminder that a massively huge difference, and I know Dre, I think, very lightly acknowledged this early in that rant, that clip, but Tyler Hero is not Bam's teammate. Who gives a shit? Those are two grown men that have issues. They handled it the way they handled it. They're not on the same team. It is not going to affect the Heat at all. It's like, it's over. Whereas you, sir, punched your own damn teammate. It's like, well, how is this not computing to you? Never mind the fact that You don't have to bring this shit up. None of this makes you look good, Dre, at all. It is a subject that makes you look awful. And you bring it up unsolicited because you think you're winning points against Udonis Haslam's rhetoric? Oh, lost a little respect there for Mr. Draymond Green. Move on. And friendly reminder too, because sometimes I see the Jordan Poole punch incident brought up on socials or elsewhere, and I still see people and read from folks that I wonder what Jordan Poole said to him that day, and I wonder what was going through Draymond's mind that day. Friendly reminder: we broke the story on this show. Last I checked, we're still the only program that is reporting this. Maybe because we're the only ones that know. But Draymond Green, just to remind people, and again, this is not a justification for what he did. Just some more context that Draymond had found out. God, it's so long ago. I can't remember the facts as well. I think it was either the night prior or the morning of. He found out that he lost custody of his kids. In case you forgot, Dre Jr., remember that cute little kid that when the Warriors won the 22 title, he was up at the podium with them. He was everywhere that Dre went. He was regularly at pregame shoot-arounds. And then, in case you didn't notice, he was gone. Poof. Like, we never saw Dre Jr. again until, I think, just this past season, we started seeing him make some appearances again. But Dre lost custody of his child. And then that very same morning, clearly Draymond is not in a good headspace from that. Jordan Poole talks shit to him and, calls him a backpack shooter or whatever he says. And Dre just didn't want to hear it that day and was in a bad mood. Doesn't justify it. But we do know that what was going on in Draymond's mind leading up to the incident. Again, our audience, highest IQ of any program covering the Warriors, and I'm guessing covering the NBA in general. Again, not an excuse, but there, that was going on. Ultimately, though, Draymond, your action destroyed the dynasty. Your action and your head coach making the situation worse by picking sides and not holding you accountable. Funny how that goes with the Steve Kerr leadership regime. Zero accountability. Maybe it's just a Warriors thing. Oh, coach, your team only won 37 games this year. Why don't we double down and give you 2 years as the highest paid head coach? Oh, Draymond, you knocked out your teammate who was a pivotal part of us winning a championship last year. Who cares? No accountability. We don't believe in punishment here. We don't believe in people facing consequences for their actions here. We're the Golden State Warriors. It's insanity. And but I thought that was just purely comical that Draymond actually thought that the two situations are comparable. They're not. Jordan Poole was also considerably younger than what Tyler Hero is now. And maybe the most important part, you were on the same team. If Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero were still on the same team, does Bam do that? Probably not. Because there are some major consequences that follow a severe action like that. Physically assaulting coworkers? Yeah, there are ramifications to an action like that. Unless you're Draymond Green. Unless you're Steve Kerr. Anyways. Yeah. Zawala. Is it Zawala? Rhymes with koala. Writes, I remember how excited I was heading into the 2022-2023 season. And then here, mental case Draymond comes with his usual BS. We still don't know who leaked the video. If that video is not leaked, the drama does not ensue, but it happened. And we saw the Warriors handled it. Steve Kerr's leadership for you. And AP Brett Boy, I love this. Bringing up that Steve Kerr had no problem punishing Kuminga. God forbid you take food. I still can't believe that happened, by the way. And Kerr is back. Oh, my God. I guess the Warriors are hard up for food expenses when you're grilling your players for taking food out of the player lounge. Anyways, the good news is that's all in the past. Draymond Green, side note, still an unrestricted free agent. Shams Charania was on Sirius XM radio, I believe, this morning and clarified that he has not heard a thing about Draymond possibly leaving the Warriors. So there's that. Take it for what it's worth. But LeBron James, we still don't know where he's going. My personal prediction is Cleveland. It wouldn't shock me if it was Miami, any other team. And yeah, I'm going to be a little surprised. And I don't know. Does the audience, before we go, have any opinions on Frank Vogel being a sign that maybe it's more likely LeBron's coming? Because if I remember correctly, LeBron basically forced Vogel out. So I don't know if that is a positive. Shooty Smokehouse writing, God forbid Kuminga takes the last avocado bacon sandwich. And for those that don't understand the reference, when Thompson Wright wrote that puff piece covering Steve Kerr this summer, and I'm always going to have the script right here. He wrote, Steve, there was a paragraph or two in there talking about Steve Kerr and how he thought this past season was just difficult, right? Like he never experienced anything like that. And then I'm going to read this quote to you from that story. It's one paragraph. We start here. Kerr remembered with longing the ease of his first season with the team. I should have music with this, correct? I think I did that before. We'll start over again. Here we go. Kerr remembered with longing the ease of his first season with the team when he'd do yoga on home game days, then eat a bacon and avocado sandwich from Summer Kitchen in Berkeley, then take a nap, then go beat the dog shit out of every team who had the misfortune of rolling into town. Now, he called his wife from the road as he navigated the fragile locker room, said, quote, "This is the most confusing time I've ever had in my 11 and a half years." He told her, "I've never had anything like this." Scene. That's ridiculous. That's a real paragraph that I read verbatim on a massive puff piece dedicated to Steve Kerr, written by Thompson Wright of ESPN. If Steve Kerr is not the definition of out of touch, if Steve Kerr is not the definition of privileged, I don't know what is. The horror. I've never dealt with anything this traumatic in my life. There are people in this world starving, folks. People in this world who have dealt with all types of strife, from discrimination, assault, poverty. Poor Steve Kerr, though, his strife is dealing with lineups and minutes for Jonathan Kuminga. Unbelievable. That's it. We're going to be back tomorrow for happy hour. We'll see you in the morning. Hope you're all doing well. Anybody want to come on? I'm so sorry. It just occurred to me I did not post the link. Let me do that really quickly here. I can stretch this out a couple more minutes if anybody's interested. I just don't want to deprive anyone of expressing their own thoughts on the Warriors. If you disagree with me, if you just have anything on your mind, the link's in the chat. We'll keep this going for another minute or two as we start to wrap it up. So it is interesting, I think, before we go, FanDuel, our official sportsbook, has not laid odds on where LeBron James can go next. Because no one knows. But you have these other markets, like these like Poly Market, I guess Cashy, these probability markets, like they place odds on this shit. And apparently the Warriors' odds are high. According to Poly Market, whoever they are, Cleveland is the favorite to sign LeBron, 42%. The Warriors, second at 34%. Ooh, this just came down. And then Kyoko, I see you in the chat. I'm going to bring you on here. Udonis Haslem. Oh, this is good timing. He responded on social media. because that's apparently what everyone does now. They just talk shit on socials. Udonis Haslam wrote, quote, Draymond Green. This needs music. We need a track underneath this one. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Oh, let's go to the club. Why not? All right. So Udonis Haslam wrote, Draymond Green. I see some things just don't change. LOL. You was on sucker shit 4 years ago when you swung on Jordan Poole. And you on sucker shit now. I usually don't engage, but since you went so far left to get my attention, here it is. If you think your big 32-year-old 3 or 4 rings at the time having ass swinging on a 23-year-old Jordan Poole at the time is the same, then you are even more delusional than I thought. First of all, Bam is 28. Tyler is 26. Neither one of them got it all figured out yet. Maybe I was giving you too much credit at the time because I thought you did. So that's why I commented. Second, anyone who knows Bam knows he's strong as Baby Bear. If you would have unloaded on Tyler 100%, it's over. You fired off on that young boy like it was a club punch and you never met him before in your life. Third, yeah, I did go at Jimmy. You damn right. The shit you pull in Golden State and that shit he pulled in Chicago, talking crazy to Hoiberg, and disrespecting teammates in practice in Minnesota, ain't gonna fly in the 305. So yeah, I checked his ass. Call it heat culture or whatever you want, but before I let one player disrespect Spo in front of the crowd, in front of the squad, cut his legs out and disrupt what 15 other guys are trying to get accomplished, I'll kick his ass. I owe that to Zoe and Tim and Glenn and the rest of my OGs. I don't really vibe you, and I think you know that. So unless it's me on Prime talking hoops, I won't mention you at all. You brought me into this, and I am retired and out the way. I suggest you keep pushing it. I'm sorry. I suggest you keep it pushing because I ain't giving out no more hall passes, brah. I love it. Haslam and Dre. Again, Dre, what was the point of that? Because you're just holding on to this beef. That's not healthy, sir. To hold on to grudges that long. Kyoko, how is Ottawa treating you, sir?
Actually out all day.
It's funny, right?
Yeah. I went to...
Are you watching Summer League from Canada?
Yeah, of course.
What are your thoughts on Yaxel?
Amazing.
I
Great.
wholeheartedly agree. Fantastic. Sorry for cutting you off there. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's all good. But yeah, he really gets like his teammates involved. Like that's I think that's his best trait about him. He likes to make the winning play, and there's a lineup of like Will, Yax, Cryer, Lejay, and then like EK. And that lineup is just blowing teams out, like beating them bad. Look at it. Like
I like EK too, by the way. I don't know if you saw the game on Prime today. The broadcast, the play-by-play guy, I don't know who that was, but he kept calling him Ike. It's EK.
Yeah, of course. Graham EK.
I like him. I like him too.
Just in, because like I just saw the news that they hired Frank Vogel. I don't really know how to feel about that. Well, I mean, I think it's an upgrade over Stackhouse. Like I did not like Stackhouse.
What about Stotts?
Yeah, I really liked Stotts.
But Stotts is gone too, and I think Stotts was actually the number one assistant, and so Frank Vogel essentially takes over Terry Stotts. I don't know who takes over for Stack. I don't know if anyone does, but does that matter to you? I don't know.
Yeah. What? Like, don't they have a defensive like assistant or like coordinator or no?
I don't know. We hear that shit, but it's like, who knows how defined these roles are, and I don't know if Stackhouse is actually the defensive coordinator. I don't even know if that means. It's not like football where you got 45 seconds between each play to figure out what your defense is going to do. It's a fluid live action game. It's like defensive coordinator. It's like, does soccer have defensive coordinators? Does hockey have defensive coordinators? I imagine he works with the team during practice and whatnot and film study on defense, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, so it's not like defined as like.
Maybe it is. We never get specific verbiage on that. And the Warriors' assistants, they're very locked down when it comes to speaking to the media. So we're never able to truly get their attributions, their thoughts directly, unless it's screened. It's But anyways, you're happy Stackhouse is gone. You're happy Vogel's in, right?
Yeah. I didn't really know Stotts leaving. I was kind of hurt, but I think Armando brought up a good point that he was a yes man, basically. He was brought in there to put Kerr in check, and he never really voiced it, is what I'm trying to say. And the thing is, it's how do all these coaching staff see these 4-guard lineups and whatnot, and are okay with it?
You've had jobs in life, right? You're currently a lifeguard, I believe, or you work at a aquatic center, correct?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Do you ever and have you had other jobs besides that?
Yeah, a few. I worked as a referee for a long time, and then
okay.
Yeah, and not a great job, but before that I did a bit of customer service and stuff like that, but aquatics is really the main.
Well, let's focus on the customer service job you had. Where was that? What kind of place was it? Retail, food, what establishment was it?
It was just a grocery.
Okay, so a grocery store. So were you allowed at any point to talk back to your manager?
No.
Were you allowed at any point to tell your manager what they're doing wrong and correct them?
No, I couldn't.
Same applies to being an assistant to Steve Kerr. Like these guys, what they care about is their paycheck. What these guys care about is this maybe leading to something else. The last thing they want to do is shake things up. The last thing they want to do is make noise as a subordinate. That's not what these and the same goes for players. There's still people who believe that Kuminga was forced out because Steph didn't like him, right? Which is entirely an assumption. And the reality is, and believe me, I've looked into that because that's the only thing that would maybe make sense. But no, Steph doesn't meddle. And Steph, Dre, even the superstars of the game, they don't like to ruffle feathers. They will typically play the role of soldier, and the coach will play the role of general. And that's how it goes. It sucks. I wish they'd speak up, but more times than not, I'd say 99% of the time, people just fall in line because they don't want to get in trouble themselves. They don't want to bite the hand that feeds. They don't want to risk their own future just because they see something that doesn't make sense or seems wrong to them. It's life, man. It sucks, but this is how it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, about that Kuminga point, I think Steph likes everyone. He made a huge deal out of Corey Joseph and James Wiseman. So
Corey
I don't think and Nico Mannion too. I remember those mic'd up days. Yeah, it was weird, but my main point with that is that I don't think Steph doesn't really care who he plays with, just because I think you've brought it up before that he's a really busy dude and that he only cares about how he performs, as opposed to all the million different lineup combinations and who's getting minutes. He doesn't really care about that, especially in like this stage of his career. So yeah, that is true. But I still wish he would like speak up about it. It is insanity, dude. Like I can't. Zero shot. Am I watching this season if we're gonna get the Pod Steph Melton lineup or Pod Steph GP2? Like that lineup is just man. Like
I can't believe what I pulled up with the show on Armando Friday, where this last season, 29 minutes were dedicated to Steph, Pajemski, GP2, Melton. They spent 29 minutes this last season on the floor together. And in case you're wondering, is 29 a lot? It's in the top 10 percentile of all the 4-man rotations. So there was like, I think so. Let's say if there was 100 different combinations of 4-man lineups on the Warriors this past season, those 4 were in the top 10 of usage in terms of total minutes. It's not a good look, but that's what Steve Kerr likes. It's crazy.
Dude, Steve Kerr is like, to him, it's either Steph or nothing. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm seeing this growing narrative that I pray to God won't happen, but I'm seeing this like whole like movement and like notion saying that you gotta bench either Yaxel or Guy. Like you can't play them together, and I'm starting to see that a lot. I don't know if you're starting to.
I brought it up today. I brought that up today and reminded people, and I'll remind them again. There are no positions in basketball. The idea of positions is a social construct, meaning it's entirely in people's heads. It's most likely in place, so we better understand the game. But there's nothing in the rule book that says there's a point guard, there's a shooting guard. Like you can literally roll out 5 small forwards if you want to, and if it works, great. And the reason why I bring this up is because Steve Kerr brings up positions a lot as an excuse to not play someone. Kuminga was a prime example of this. Like in Steve Kerr's head, he just didn't think a Jimmy Butler and Kuminga can play together. And there was nothing that indicated that is true other than Steve Kerr's mind. Yet but Steve Kerr's in charge, so he can apply these rules to the team. And in regards to Guy Santos and Yaxel Lendeborg, are they similar in a lot of ways? Yes. Does that mean they should not be on the floor together? Hell no. Play them together. Who gives a shit? Make Guy Santos your 2 guard if you have to. I don't like this. It's crazy to me. Yeah. I hope that is not a concern this season for Yaxel's sake and the Warriors' sake. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I see a lot of people say, well, dude, I saw like the stupidest comment the other day where it was like, well, Kerr knows what he's doing because OKC plays 4 guards, and I'm like, dude, it's not only like, okay, when we say 4 guard lineups here. I'm going to read out to you 2 different lineup combinations, and you tell me which one fits better. Say you have Steph, Will, Melton. That lineup is infinitely better than playing Steph, Pods, and Buddy Hield. They're 3 guards, but it's still different. And this is
remind your friend, Kayoko, remind your friend that the Warriors never won championships with 4-guard lineups. This is a relatively new thing. Like when they won the title in 2022, Otto Porter Jr. is not a guard, yet he was playing heavy minutes. Kevon Looney is not a guard, yet he was playing heavy minutes. Draymond Green, it goes without saying. Andre Iguodala was still on that team, playing significant minutes, not a guard. Even Klay Thompson, who is a guard, he's 6'7". There's a difference between like small ball, relatively speaking, and hobbit ball, which is what Kerr has been doing in recent years, with no regard for vertical spacing, meaning size. Like not to mention OKC, you could easily make the argument that playing so many guards has been detrimental. They should have more than 1 championship. You can make that case, and I'd understand it. San Antonio, I think you're going to see a little bit of a variance from what we saw this past year, where oftentimes they were copying Steve Kerr with Wemby as a center, surrounding him with 4 guards. That shit doesn't work. New York was not doing that, and they won a championship. It's illogical. It makes no sense to do the 4-guard thing.
Yeah, and I remember if I remember correctly, in 2025 during the playoffs, they played actually Jimmy alongside Kuminga, and they flowed great. Despite both of them actually being the same height and technically both wings, but they still played great together. So I just, dude, I'm praying to God we don't see like one or the other. I just want to see like new lineup combinations, and if it works, it works. And that's actually something that Mike Brown did really well. He played Jose Alvarado alongside like Jordan Clarkson, and if it worked, it worked. And he stuck with it. And then he like bring Brunson in, and then just keep Alvarado in. And I mean, it was great. Like, dude, like Kerr just doesn't. He sees a lineup working, and he switches it out if they make like a mistake. But and it's the same story every single game. It would be like a terrible lineup. They're down 15, 20 points, and then he puts in a good lineup, and they crawl their way back up, and now they're in clutch time. And then he puts like Pods in. He puts Buddy Hield alongside Steph. Like just like stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Do you think before as we wrap it up here, do you think the Frank Vogel hire increases the likelihood of LeBron coming to the Warriors, or actually decreases it? I'm seeing mixed reactions on the wires, because some people think it's a sign that they're gonna get LeBron, given he was LeBron's coach with the Lakers. Other people are saying, well, isn't LeBron the reason he got fired from the Lakers? So I don't know what it means. Do you have any interpretation of this?
Yeah, okay, so I'll say this. I do think it's a bit odd that they hired him like a day or two after that whole thing where Draymond went like golfing, and it was a clear recruitment thing. I just think it was a bit odd. Like you had all this time, and conveniently after that, it's like Frank Vogel gets pitched in as an assistant, and we know Dre and Steph have been really trying to get at Bron. That's why I don't really take the Bron like fired him like thing too like seriously, because like context matters too. They were atrocious the year that Vogel got or left. So yeah, I don't know. I think context matters to it, and Braun really cares about his image. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
It could mean something. It could mean nothing, because another part of this is it's awful late in the summer for the Warriors to even add an assistant. We've been wondering for weeks, if not months, like what's going to happen there. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, and then one more thing, Sark. I just want to say, like to like wrap it up. I think Guy and Yax play so similar, but they have just a touch of contrast that will really help them like play off each other. And Pajemski, no two, he cannot be the starting two. We can't see that. Enough of that.
I agree.
Like, dude, like spread the word, man. We cannot.
I don't like it.
Nope. Give him his own. Give him his own lineup if you have to, dude. Just please, not at that starting two spot, because he's not a shooting guard. Like he doesn't.
I know. I agree.
Oh my God.
Agreed.
But no one.
You're preaching to the choir, friend.
Yeah, I just realized this is actually his fourth year, so we're gonna see a lot of stat hunting and stat padding this year. He's gonna try getting paid. I'm calling it right now. He's gonna try getting that big contract.
We'll see.
Now
We'll
that
see,
Kerr's
man.
back. Now that Kerr's back, like he's gonna make sure. That's all I gotta say, man. 20 million, bro. He wants 20 million a year. So, dude, pray.
All
Just pray
right, brother.
to get that contract. All right, see you, man.
Kyoka, that was a great call. Thank you. A few chat comments. Shooty Smokehouse asking, are there any emails? Yes, but we'll get to that on tomorrow's show. The mailbag does have some great content in there I will get to. Shooty, love you. Tracy McKendall, longtime Golden Dazer now, writing, can any of us answer why LJ Cryer and Will Richard are playing in Summer League? And if they are, why the hell isn't Pajemski? Yes, I can answer this for you. Summer League is for first and second year players. Typically, I don't think there's any hard rule that applies to that, but usually like star rookies don't come back for the second year if they've had a good season, largely because you don't want to risk injury for these guys. So year two Summer League players are mostly for those that need the development and time. But hey, look, there are exceptions clearly, right? I'm sure there's some Summer League players that are like longtime journeyman, like the Homer Simpson guy in the Lakers that we saw a week or so ago. But typically, the typical rule is rookies, second year players, and that's the reason why Pajemski's not playing in this, is because this is year 4 for him. So, and Young Wes writing, and this is a great question, and we'll finish on this note, who's going to pick up the scoring load this year? Especially if Stephen Curry gets injured, if Stephen Curry's sitting, where are the points coming from? And this is a damn good question. And this question is why I am so skeptical of the Warriors being a decent team this year. I don't know. I had that thumbnail up the other day. Let me bring that up again. Give me 1 second here. It was a thumbnail of this show, and the thumbnail had an image of every player on the roster. So we can kind of go through this ourselves and try to figure out, okay, where's the scoring going to actually come from? Here it is. If when Stephen Curry's on the bench and or he's just not playing. Well, this is the Warriors team this year. Is it going to be Porzingis? On some nights, it could be. And on some nights, he's going to be in clothes, in street clothes. He's not playing in back-to-backs, I don't think. Is it going to be Charles Bassey? I love Charles Bassey, but probably not. Is it going to be Pajemski? It took Pajemski 3 years to reach 30 points in a game. No. Is it going to be Draymond? No. Is it going to be Melton? Maybe on some nights. But again, if DeAnthony Melton is the second best scorer on your team, I think you're in trouble. Is it going to be Moses Moody? No, because he's out for the year. Is it going to be Guy Santos? On some nights. But is Guy Santos a consistent high-volume scorer? No. Is it going to be Will Richard? It would be nice if that ended up being the case, but at this point, I don't know. Is Kerr going to even play him? Is it going to be Jimmy Butler? Maybe in January at the earliest when he comes back, but he's not going to be playing until then. So it's probably going to be Yaxel. And now we're going to be relying on Steve Kerr actually giving Yaxel Lendeborg real minutes. He better do it. Because if Yaxel does not do it, I don't know where the points come from. I really don't. KKS in the chat bringing up another concern of mine, saying Kerr's going to make Yaxel play. The 4 or the 5 can't wait. Yeah, it'll depend on the matchup. I think there will be some teams where you can get away with it, but the elite teams, no. All right. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, Power Hour, Monday mornings. If you did not find time to come on the show today, you could do that tomorrow. We'll also open up the mailbag. We'll talk more about Frank Vogel and the coaching staff. But there is reason to be optimistic, folks. And that is because of the young core of these Golden State Warriors. Yaxel Lendeborg. I freaking love this kid already. LJ Cryer, chef's kiss. I like that he's finally managing the hair. Congratulations. It's good that you're putting effort into that and not looking like a hobo. And props to, and I love Will Richard, as I'm still experiencing puberty. It's a couple years away from 50. Still. All right, folks. Thank you as always. Go Dubs. There is some reason to be excited. I love the people in the chat saying Cryer over Pods. Wholeheartedly agree. I hope LJ Cryer gets a guaranteed deal. 2 roster spots still open. Summer still has a lot of time left in it. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Go Dubs! Bye-bye.